Hello, good morning to students of class 12 Commerce. Welcome to Pandya Sir's virtual class on development economics. And as in the last couple of classes, we have been discussing the human capital formation or human resources, how we can add value to our labor force or workforce so that they can contribute better to the development of our economy. So, in this context, we have already discussed the meaning of human resources and how it is different from physical resources. Then, what is manpower development and what are the things that needed to be done for human resources development, and when the things that are required for the development of human resources, the prime thing comes is education. Unless you are educated, you cannot contribute properly or to the maximum possible of your capacity to the development of our nation. But when it comes to education, never just misunderstand between two terms, that is education and literacy. Education is not literacy. Literacy means just to develop the ability to read and write. But education is far more a broader concept than literacy. You are literate means you are able to read and write. But what you are reading, what you are writing, if it is some vital information, some valuable information, and you are increasing your skill by reading something or by getting something, and you can convert it in your day-to-day life, then only the education is fruitful. So, when it comes to education, we will be discussing the different things related to education and different stages and different levels of education. So, since India got independence, there has been much development in educational sector. So, during the British period, it was the condition of educational sector was very poor. The number of schools, colleges, universities were very low, and it could not cater to the demand of our economy or nation. But once we got independence, then our planners planned for the rapid development of educational sector, and as a result, nowadays almost every villages have primary schools, high schools, and in every 2-3 villages you will find a junior level college. So now come to different stages and levels of education. First, growth in general education. Growth in general education. General education refers to the common common streams like science, arts, or commerce. Starting from primary, then you will advance to middle education, then you will advance to secondary education, then higher secondary education, then university education. So here we are dividing education into two different parts, that is general education and your technical education. So growth of general education, since independence, the rate of growth of general education in India is very phenomenal. Then elementary, primary and middle education, that is students belonging from the age group of 6 to 14 falls under this group, and again the number of primary schools and middle vernacular schools, that is called ME schools, the number has increased significantly after education. Then secondary education, it has two parts, class 9th and 10th, it is lower secondary education, and class 11th and 12th is higher secondary education. And for this, we have many junior colleges. Even in some high schools also, the education system extends up to senior secondary level, like that of ours. Then higher education, that is general, managerial and medical education. So when it comes to managerial and medical, we can put it under the group of technical education, because this is more technique than general education, and here you acquire skill that make you expert in a particular field. Then technical education. When it comes to technical education, we can put it like IITs, that is Industrial Training Institutes. So there are a number of industrial training institutes in India. Then polytechnics. So what we learn in ITIs and polytechnics? The skill that can fetch us a job or a livelihood instantly. Just you finish 1 year or 2 year course like that of an electrician, like that that of a fitter, like that of a electrician, and just when you complete your education, technical education, then diploma technical education, it is again of 2 level. One is diploma education like polytechnics, another is degree level education like engineering colleges and ITIs. IITs, in Indian Institutes of Technologies. Then after technical education, it comes rural education. If you see, the rural sector of India is much backward than the urban sector of India. The spread of education, the number of schools and colleges obviously always are greater in urban area than rural area. But during the planning period, our planners deliberately thought over the problem and they designed their plan in such a way that in rural areas more and more primary school, high schools and junior colleges were established. Then it comes to adult education. Adult education is a system that gives education to people who are deprived of education during their proper time. Due to some of their family problem or personal problem, they could not get education when the time was ripe. But after that they became interested, and here we have the system that provides education to our adult people. So this is all the different level of education, and after that when our planners plan for the development of education in India, then what are the peculiar or common challenges they face? One by one we will discuss the challenges. First is high illiteracy rate. Compared to other countries, India has a very high illiteracy rate. Means a major chunk, a major fraction of our total population are illiterate. Then gender bias. This is again one social problem, that obviously the mindset of Indian people are such that they always make gender bias. That means they prefer to spend or invest more on boy child than on girls. Then the third is lack of vocational training. Vocational training are a system of education that enables a person to get immediate job or immediate earning capability, develop immediate earning capability. And we have a very few number of vocational training institutes in our country. Then low standard of education. This is the prime problem in education. That many people you will find in India, they are having very decorative degrees, very higher degrees, but hardly they are worth of the degree they are holding. For example, take the example of a common graduate, and out of 10, in 8 cases you will find that hardly they are possessing the quality of a graduate, the skill of a graduate. So here it is again the failure of Indian educational system, that in paper and pen we have thousands of educated people, but hardly they are contributing anything towards our development. Low standard of education. After that, insufficient government expenditure. In order to run developmental program for a populous country like India, we need sufficient fund. We need to spend more. But in comparison to the requirement that we have, the actually fund allocated is very, very less. That's why we are not achieving our desired target. Then, privatization of education. It is yet another problem because once education is privatized, obviously the plus point is that we can find some improvement in the quality of education. But at the same time, education become costly and each and every people cannot afford private education. Then lower SS level in rural areas. Again, I have just recently told you that in rural area, the access to education is very less. The number of schools, colleges and universities are very less in comparison to urban area. That's why, because the major population, majority of our population lives in rural India and there is not plenty of schools and colleges. That's why our planners plan or achievement or target is hardly achieved. So this is about the level of education, different level of education and the challenges that our planners usually face when they plan for the development of educational sector. So this is all about human resource development, and in our next class we will be starting macroeconomics. That just remember, we have left our discussion in macroeconomics in the chapter aggregate demand, and from where we have left we will continue. Today only I will be sending you the notes and question answers of this latest chapter. Thank you and have a nice day.